Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Burns from the Connecticut Department of Transportation, and welcome to the public informational meeting for State Project Number 61-157, replacement of Bridge 4896 on, thank you, Dan, for the transition. Quick meeting overview will be interaction with the project team, explain the federal local bridge programs design managed by state or DMS program, project team introductions, welcome remarks from the town, and a formal presentation of the design progress, which will explain the condition of the existing bridge and define the project purpose and need. And we will also present our recommended viable proposal. Please bear in mind, our plans are only at 30%, which is the time when we go to the public to solicit comment, which will follow by an open forum for Q&As. This is a slide on Title VI, Civil Rights. No person shall on the basis of race, color, or national origin be excluded from participation or subject to discrimination in the development of this project. We encourage you to fill out the voluntary post-meeting survey located at the QR code and hyperlink below. There's also a hyperlink to the Department's Office of Equity Title VI page. A recording of this presentation will be posted to CTDOT's YouTube channel after the event, and closed captioning, including non-English translation options, are available on Zoom and YouTube. Here's another slide on Title VI, notice to the public. And the same slide in Spanish. Aside from the question and answer session, you can also reach out to us by email at dot-flbp@ct.gov, by phone at 860-594-2020, which is a monitored voicemail line. Please reference the project number in the voicemail. We also encourage you to visit the project webpage located at the hyperlink shown. And following the Q&A, the comment period is open until August 12th, 2026. The funding for this project is through the Federal Local Bridge Program's Design Managed by State, or DMS program. In the past, under the Federal Local Bridge Program, projects were funded with 80% federal dollars and a 20% town match for design, rights-of-way, and construction. Under DMS, design, rights-of-way, and construction phases are funded with a minimum of 80% federal funds and a maximum of 20% state funds. So design, rights-of-way, and construction are at no cost to the town. Even though the department is undertaking the design on behalf of the town, it is still a full partnership with the town, and we coordinate at key project milestones such as this. The goals of the DMS program were to provide a streamlined approach to design using full DOT resources, to aid the towns to keep their bridges in a state of good repair by effectively using funds, decrease typical design time from 48 to 60 months to 24 to 36 months. Where applicable, utilize accelerated bridge construction or ABC techniques to shorten construction duration and to increase the number of municipal projects delivered to construction each year. Representing CTDOT are Derek Lassard, Division Chief of Bridges, Greg Funk, Principal Engineer of Consultant Bridge Design. As I stated, I'm Mark Burns, Supervising Engineer and Consultant Bridge Design. Michelle Rain is the Project Engineer, and Malcolm Thomas is the Project Coordinator for the Office of Rights-of-Way. Representing GM2 Associates, who's CTDOT's Consultant Liaison, are Mike Brady, Project Manager, and Dan Carnine, Project Engineer. I'll now turn it over to Stephen White, Town Engineer, for some opening remarks.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. As he mentioned, this is a design project fully funded by DOT. Just want to make that point. They are coordinating all the design phase and construction with the town, with my office. So we are making sure that the town's interests are best represented. I appreciate the DOT and all their work and helping us get our bridges in better shape. We'll keep it short, turn it back over to the DOT and our designer from GM2.
Great. Thanks, Stephen. This is a quick slide showing various bridge components. The deck is also known as the driving surface, where there'll be vehicles, pedestrians, bicycles to use the bridge. Parapets act to prevent the traveling group from going through roadside hazards. Supporting the deck is the superstructure. In the case of this image, is steel beams. Supporting the rest of the superstructure are the abutments, otherwise known as the substructure. And depending on the span length, there will be one or multiple piers. Wing walls will also be present to act for earth retention. Bridges are inspected by the department on a biannual basis and are given a condition rating of the key elements on a scale of 1 to 9, with 9 being in excellent condition and 1 being in imminent failure. But at any point where bridge safety finds a serious finding, they will alert the town to take corrective measures. So where are you now? I'll turn it over to Dan now for a formal presentation.
Thanks, Mark, and good evening, everyone. My name is Dan Carnine, the liaison project engineer from GM2 to present the project specific info tonight. So project 61-157 involves bridge 4869, which carries Willow Street over Willow Brook in the town of Hamden. Bridge is approximately 650 feet east of the intersection with Route 10 or Whitney Avenue. We're also nearby the Hamden Fish and Game Protective Association. This is an aerial view of the site showing the project is located on the fringes of a suburban area, but the area immediately around the bridge is mostly forested with a lot of wetland areas. The existing structure consists of concrete T-beams. That structure had an original curb-to-curb width of 18 feet. However, it's currently approximately 11 feet after the installation of barriers on the roadway. Bridge length measures at 26 feet, which is slightly undersized for the measured bankfull width of the brook, which is about 50 feet. The roadway is classified as an urban local road with a lower average daily traffic of about 625 vehicles per day. And there's a posted speed limit of 25 miles per hour. There are no existing sidewalks along the road. So, existing bridge is in poor to serious condition with an overall rating of 3. The shoulders have been closed with temporary barriers due to the deterioration in the outside beams. Those beams or those girders have hollow areas, including spalls and exposed and rusted rebar. And that exposed rebar does exhibit section loss and even severed through in a lot of locations. In addition to that, the abutments do exhibit some deterioration as well. Some additional bridge condition photos. The top left picture shows the northwest abutment corner and some of the deterioration there. Excuse me. The top right photo shows the typical deck underside, specifically in bay 1, and some of that deterioration on beam number 1. Bottom left picture shows the typical condition of the abutment. And then the bottom right photo shows some of the debris in the upstream channel. So taking the existing conditions into consideration, we developed a purpose and need for the project, which is to provide a resilient replacement structure that addresses the poor structure condition and substandard curb-to-curb width. Again, the existing or original curb-to-curb width of 18 feet would be considered substandard. But since those barriers have been placed on the roadway, it just made that condition worse with the 11-foot lane that's out there today. We also mentioned that the girders do have some serious deterioration that needs to be addressed. We also want to note that the existing bridge is posted for live load restriction, which means heavier vehicles are already restricted from using the bridge. So this project will involve a full bridge replacement. The new bridge will use pre-stressed asphalt concrete deck units and a 6-inch minimum concrete slab. The new structure span length will be increased to 46 feet 6 inches, and the new bridge will be widened to have a curb-to-curb width 25 feet 3 inches. That curb-to-curb width will accommodate 2 travel lanes, 1 in each direction. The structure will be supported by integral concrete abutments on deep pile foundations. Along the top of the bridge, we will have open metal bridge rail that terminates into reinforced concrete end blocks. And then at both bridge approaches, we will install new metal beam guide rail and bridge attachments that meets the latest safety standards. In addition to that, all exposed bridge elements will be treated with a simulated stone masonry appearance. The photo on the slide here is an example from a previous federal local bridge program project that uses a lot of the same elements, including the pre-stressed deck units, the open bridge rail along the top side, the simulated stone on the exposed bridge elements on those wing walls and abutments, and it's also integral abutments. Here's our proposed roadway plan for the project. So we are looking down over the project site. In the center in orange is our proposed bridge structure. And the blue area would be Willow Brook. The yellow area shows our project limits and our limits of full depth roadway reconstruction. Overall, there's approximately 320 linear feet of project limits, and about 270 feet of that is roadway reconstruction. At all four corners of the bridge, there will be metal beam guide rail. Again, that's at both approaches, and the green areas on the slide here show the proposed grading. This is our proposed roadway profile. So this is a look at the roadway elevations of the existing and proposed roadway. The existing roadway is shown with the dash line highlighted in green, and the proposed roadway is the solid line in orange. So as you can see, we are proposing to raise the roadway slightly over the existing bridge by approximately 6 inches. And that is to accommodate the larger structure. However, we are tying back into the existing roadway as quickly as possible, and we are maintaining the existing roadway low points. So we will maintain the hydraulic and drainage conditions that are at the site today. Here's the proposed bridge elevation. So this is the view looking at the side of the proposed bridge. Along the top is the open metal bridge rail that will end in the concrete end blocks. Beneath that in orange are the pre-stressed concrete deck units. Those will be supported by the concrete integral abutments and wing walls in the pink area. And then in front of both abutments, we are stabilizing the embankments with stone riprap that'll be top dressed with natural tree bed material. Here's the cross section of the proposed bridge. On the bottom is a cross section of the pre-stressed concrete deck units. On top of that is the 6-inch concrete slab. And that concrete slab will be topped with membrane waterproofing and 3 inches of bituminous concrete pavement. Again, the new bridge will accommodate 2 travel lanes, one in each direction, indicated here with the arrows for each lane. And then on both sides of the bridge, we will have the open metal bridge rail. Construction will use 1 stage of water handling in order to remove the existing structure and build the proposed bridge and channel. During construction, we will maintain a minimum approximately 16-foot temporary channel width to maintain water and flows and unrestricted fish passage throughout construction. Construction will require a full roadway closure at the bridge, and traffic will be handled with a detour. That detour is approximately 0.7 miles long and will include Loving Lane and Whitney Avenue, or Route 10. And the duration of the detour is about 6 to 8 months. So we will get all the necessary environmental permits for the project at the federal, state, and local level. At this time, we do anticipate a United States Army Corps of Engineers PCN permit, a flood management certification through the state of Connecticut, as well as the town of Hamden and the Wetlands Water Course permit. In addition to that, we are coordinating with Connecticut Deep. The Deep National Diversity Database Unit, or NDDB, has reviewed the project and confirmed there's no anticipated state listed or protected species at the project site. We've also been coordinating with the Deep Fisheries Unit in order to protect or improve the fishery resources at the project site. We've already received some comments from them, including using proper erosion and sedimentation control during construction, restoring all disturbed areas, and then restricting unconfined in-water work to the allowable periods from June 1st to September 30th. We do anticipate rights-of-way impact for the project. At this time, we do anticipate easements to slope on 2 of the abutting properties and temporary construction easements on 3 of the abutting properties. Those easements are required to get the contractor access to the channel and to the existing bridge in order to perform certain construction activities, such as install water handling, perform excavation and channel grading. The impacts shown on the slide here are based on preliminary plans and subject to change as design progresses. At this time, I'm going to hand it over to Malcolm from the Division of Rights to talk a little bit more about the right-of-way process.
Great. Thank you, Dan. As mentioned, I'm Malcolm Thomas. I'm an assistant project coordinator for the department's rights-of-way unit. Our unit is responsible for acquiring all property and property rights for transportation projects throughout the state. We acquire all property under 13A 73 and 13A 98E, as well as the Uniform Act. The state will only acquire property and property rights that are deemed necessary for the project. Impacted property owners will receive a formal letter of intent to acquire and a property map, which will depict the acquisition that the state will need for this project. Next slide. After that letter is sent out, our department will put together an offer outlining the state's offer and what's going to be acquired for by the property owner for the project. And the property owner will have roughly 30 days to consider the state's offer and go into negotiations. If negotiations can't be reached in that time frame, the state will exercise its power in eminent domain, which the state will file a notice of condemnation on the Superior Court, and the deposit for the state's offer will be deposited in the courts during that period of time to keep on space with the schedule to meet the project deadlines. And I'll turn it back over to Dan to conclude our project.
So anticipate schedule and costs for the project. Right now, construction is anticipated to start in spring 2029. This gives us time to acquire all the necessary environmental permits for the project. Also, by starting construction in the spring, it helps keep the project within one construction season or 6 to 8 months and avoids any lengthy closures or detours through the winter. The estimated construction cost for the project is $3,287,000, and that's funded with 80% federal funds, 20% state funds. And again, through the DMS program, it is at no cost to the town. So this schedule and cost are preliminary and subject to change as we progress into final design. So that concludes our formal presentation for the evening on the project. We'll now get into a question and answer session. For anyone listening or viewing the meeting, again, you can reach out to us with any questions and answers with the information you see on the screen here, by email at dot.flbp.sct.gov, by phone at 860-594-2020. Please reference project number 61-157 in your voicemail or at the project webpage as shown on the slide here. The formal comment period for this project is open through August 12th, 2026. So I guess we'll open up to any questions.
Yeah, I've got a question for you. So I'm a representative of the Regional Water Authority, the local water utility in the region. I didn't notice any mention in your presentation, but just for your edification, Willow Brook is a tributary to Lake Whitney, which is a public water supply reservoir. So protection of the water quality is of utmost importance. Also, the Regional Water Authority owns the land to the north and south of the bridge project, to the west of the brook, I believe. It is very close to the Mill River, which is the main stem that feeds the Lake Whitney Reservoir. I noticed you touched upon some erosion and sediment controls were considered, and you've been thinking about those. Just like to know if you have any further specifications about that at this point in time, as far as what's planned to implement.
I mean, usually the RWAs do supply like our BMPs, like just recommend BMPs, like oil booms, containment, things like that. So we can incorporate that and coordinate with you as the project goes.
Absolutely, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do appreciate it.
Yeah, we've done that similar like Stanford and whatnot.
Sure,
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
I think
Okay.
you review it when the Inland Wetlands Commission comes up, right?
That is
It's
true.
Public water supply.
Yes,
So you'll have the official comment section too, but we can go ahead and coordinate with you, make sure you have.
Absolutely.
that'd be great. Yeah, yep. Just to open that line of communication.
Yeah.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And what's the difference between the bridge span underneath from the existing to the proposed? I didn't quite catch that. I know you touched on the upper level, but
So the proposed clear span is, we pull up the elevation.
It's 60.
It was 46.5 feet.
Mhm.
But you can see, so again, you can see the existing channel bottom.
Yeah.
We're going slightly into that,
Right.
so you see how much we're increasing it. We are increasing it to that west side approach because of the roadway alignment. We have that curve on the east approach, which again was why you're seeing more channel construction on that west side.
Sure.
But again, it's the existing structure is, the total structure is 26 feet.
Okay.
Our length here we're showing from bearing to bearing is 50 and a half.
Okay.
So almost double.
Very, yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
I'll give an elevation view, do our plan view, rather.
Plan view for,
Just
This lines up really
the highway
close
plan.
to
There you
the
go, perfect.
Wade Street, Mather Street one, doesn't it? So I think we're planning on design being done in 29.
Yes,
So it'll be, it'll probably be right after this one.
okay.
Thank you.